Hello and welcome to this training video about discovery methods in Microsoft Configuration Manager, formerly known as SCCM. Discovery is the first step in managing devices and users in your network. By the end of this video, you will understand the different discovery types, how they work, and how to configure them for efficient client management. My name is Navneet Kumar and I'm a Microsoft certified trainer. Discovery in SCCM is the process of finding the devices, users, and network resources in your organization. It populates the Configuration Manager database with information that is required for client deployment, software distribution, patch management, detailed reporting. Without the discovery, SCCM would be blind to what's on your network. It enables you to automatically create collections based on users, devices, attributes, target deployments more accurately, maintain an up-to-date inventory as your network changes. SCCM offers 6 primary discovery methods, each with a unique role. Let's briefly define each one before diving deeper into their individual configurations. The Active Directory Forest Discovery identifies the Active Directory sites and the subnets in your environment. This helps you define accurate SCCM boundaries. You can also configure it to automatically create boundaries based on what it finds. The Active Directory System Discovery finds the computers in Active Directory. It is crucial for building a complete inventory and deploying the clients to these devices. You can limit the discovery to a specific organizational unit, OUs, for better control. AD User Discovery pulls the user objects. It allows the user-centric management in SCCM. It supports discovering custom attributes like the job title, email, or the department for dynamic collection building. The Group Discovery enables SCCM to detect the group memberships, which is especially useful for applying policies or the deployments based on security groups in the Active Directory domain services. Network Discovery scans the network using the protocols like SNMP, DHCP, or some other protocols. It is capable of finding the non-domain joined devices. While it is powerful, it is not commonly used due to the complexity and the potential network impact. The Heartbeat Discovery is unique because it doesn't discover new clients. Instead, it updates the existing records in SCCM whenever a client communicates. It is essential for the client's health monitoring and removing the stale records from the database. Troubleshooting the discovery issues. For that, these logs can be helpful. You will find them in the SCCM site server and they will show you what was found, skipped, or failed during the discovery runs. Let's have a look into the demonstration where I will show you how to implement the discovery in Microsoft Configuration Manager. To enable and configure the discovery methods, you will go to the administration workspace and the hierarchy configuration blade. Under that, there is discovery methods. You will see the list of 6 different discovery methods. The Active Directory Forest Discovery I enabled in the previous video, where I created the boundaries based on the Active Directory Forest Discovery based on the sites and subnets. I will use the Active Directory System Discovery in this video, where I will enable the Active Directory System Discovery and will define a path for this to discover the systems from Active Directory domain service environment. For this, I will click on Browse, or I can put the distinguished name of my OU over here in the path. So I will browse and will pick the required OU over here, for an instance Toronto clients. So we'll click on that. Then I have options that I can recursively search the Active Directory child containers also. So OUs can have sub OUs inside them. And then we'll click OK for these systems or computers to discover from the Active Directory. I will click OK on this. This is the path. I can add more path. I can edit this. I can delete the defined OUs from this list. Now, after this, I want to add the Toronto servers. I also want to discover these systems recursively again, and will click OK. Then I want to discover few more systems, and these are, let's say, Sydney clients and Sydney servers. So another OU I have added, and the next OU I want to include to discover the clients from Sydney clients OU, and click OK. This is how I can choose the OUs that I want to discover the systems from, and will finally apply it. I want to run this as soon as possible. The discovery will start. Then I will click OK. So the discovery runs and will discover some systems. You can check them under the devices. Here we go to the user discovery to discover the users, and for that we will follow the same steps. Enable the Active Directory users discovery to discover the user objects. We'll define the OU where from I want to discover the users. It is the entire domain, so all the users across the domain will be discovered. I want to run the discovery cycle, and now once I have configured the system and user discovery, I can see the results of this discovery, that whether these objects have been discovered by AD or not, by going to the assets and compliance. And if I want to set up further configuration like polling schedule, I want to configure for full discovery, polling schedule, or the delta discovery. So delta discovery, as the term suggests, is for incremental discoveries to perform. So the full discovery will run in 7 days. It is recurring, and it is custom interval or monthly, weekly. I can configure it accordingly. So I have this option of schedule to define the recurrence pattern. So date and time also I can define when do I want to run this scanning. So as per the business need, I will configure this schedule, and then the delta discovery I can make it more frequent if my network allows, network bandwidth allows. So I can increase or decrease this configuration, and will click apply and OK on this. As far as the Active Directory attributes for the users are concerned, as I mentioned in the discussion earlier, that I can choose the additional attributes like the job title, email to be discovered, so that I can leverage these attributes to target the policies by creating the collections or user collections, I can say, and then targeting the configurations or softwares to those users. So those attributes can be utilized. This is the Active Directory forest discovery. You have seen this was already enabled. I'm just opening it up again to show you that here we have the option to automatically create the boundaries. So based on the discovered sites or the subnets in the Active Directory configuration, these boundaries will be created. You have seen that in the previous video where I discussed about boundaries and boundary groups. Well, this is the Active Directory forests. And here I have this forest at atom.com. It's a single domain forest that we are using here. Under this Active Directory forests, I can see the publishing status for this site as 01 at atom site, and I can see the discovery status, the domains. This is the domain at atom.com I have in this forest. So all the domains will be listed. And this is the summary of the results that we see for the forest at atom.com. So description is at atom.com, and discovery is enabled, so that's set to yes. So this is the forest at atom. Here you see the options like show the IP subnets or show Active Directory sites. So these are forest related components. You see the sites here within this. Based on the sites, the boundaries were created in the forest. If I show you the IP subnets, so these are the IP subnets inside the forest.